Welcome to this week's episode of Trista's Plate Story Podcast. I'm Trista Polo from IWokeUpAwesome.com, and I am your host. Each week, we learn the story behind that vanity plate. The one you saw driving down the road? What did it say? What did it mean? Why did they choose it? This is a very special episode of Trista's Plate Story Podcast in honor of Sex, Love, and Marriage Month. If you've listened to earlier episodes, you may remember Meghan and Steve. Their plates, MEGZ Man and MEGZ BENZ, and the story behind them were shared in episode 7. They're like a real-life rom-com, and it was so fun to get to know them and see how much they truly love each other. We stayed connected after the episode aired, and I noticed they had some big changes happening in their family. So I decided, in honor of Sex, Love, and Marriage series, that we would check in on them and get an update. If you haven't heard episode 7 yet for part 1 of their story, don't miss it. All right, let's go get reconnected with Meghan and Steve. Welcome, you guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. So when we last left you, you were madly in love, you had blended your families, and you had really been able to both heal inside of loving another through your love for each other. It's one of my favorite episodes to date. And a lot's happened since we talked last. So tell us what's been going on for you guys.
Well, we eloped over the quarantine. Excuse the baby in the background.
It's all
and
good.
Now we're expecting a baby boy.
I mean, that's a lot. Because when we talked, you weren't even scheduled to get married until, was it the fall?
Yeah, but we just knew that it wasn't going to happen. And so many of my friends that are getting married in the fall, they're not able to now.
Yeah, so you just figured you'd go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Now, I remember that you guys had a lot of stuff you were building. Steve, you were actually building a lot of things for your wedding to be used. Did you kind of put all those projects aside, or are you going to repurpose all that work for something else?
Yeah. I mean, we put everything to the side because we got married a lot sooner. So
took a lot of pressure off, I guess.
I'm relieved.
Yeah. Was it a hard decision to make when you decided to move to an eloping instead of a whole wedding?
Not at all.
No.
It was actually better. Now we're married, and it's not about everyone else anyway. It's about us. So
That's right. Yeah. Tell me a little about how the ceremony turned out, because you did it in your house. I think I saw some pictures on Facebook. Can you tell us how it all went?
It was just us, our kids, missing one because he was away in the Navy, and just my closest friend. And it was really intimate. It was really nice.
Who performed the ceremony for you?
Steve's ex-brother-in-law, actually.
Oh, wow. So is he an ordained minister?
Yes, yeah.
And getting the licensing, how did that all work?
I called the local town, and the man there was wonderful. He was just so impressed with our story. So he came in special for us and did everything for us. So
that's awesome. Now, you said you're expecting, which is so exciting. I have to ask, was this planned? Did you guys want to grow your family more?
Eventually we did, yeah. Yeah. We'll complete our family, and that's a wrap with kids.
So how many will that be once you have this last one? 7. 1 for every day of the week, like underwear.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great. And you're having a boy?
A boy, yeah.
That's wonderful. How did you reveal that? Did you do any kind of special reveal like people are doing these days?
No, not really into that. We kind of just find out.
That's great. So you don't have all boys now.
We have one girl out of all the boys.
All the boys. And so she's going to remain the one girl of the family.
Yeah, the princess.
Forever.
Yeah.
Is she old enough to understand that?
Yeah, she is. You don't have a shirt on, so you can't be in. Excuse me 1 second.
Sure, no problem. So, Steve, you've been working this whole time, even during the quarantine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How has that been for you?
Busy. It got busier.
Yeah. You drive a truck, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've been pretty important. Yeah. through all this
Essential.
stuff with everybody needing to get things delivered now, not being able to go to the stores. Yeah. So thank you for all of your service and all you did to make sure everybody got what they needed when they needed it by. What was the hardest part about it for you?
It did get busier. It got a lot busier for me. And having to, make sure that, like, I don't bring nothing home to my family. So that's very hard. It's very hard.
Well, I have to say that I saw a post you did about the process that you were taking and probably still are to decontaminate yourself, and to my husband's chagrin, because I stay home, I work from home, I don't ever leave. And so when he goes out to the store to get groceries or whatever, I make him do the closest facsimile I could to what you are doing. Take your shoes off outside and the whole process. Can you share that process that you've been using to keep your family safe when you get home?
Yeah. I would come, obviously, before I get out of the truck, I'd, use sanitizer, wipes on my hands and, or just regular hand sanitizer. And then I would come in and I would take off, everything pretty much, just gear down to nothing. And then just, jump in the shower right after.
And you're doing a sanitizing process with your laundry too, right? Like you put your laundry right in, cleaned it, and cleaned yourself before you interacted with anybody.
Yeah, we were putting it in a garbage bag at first, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm back, sorry.
it was crazy. She's back. Let me show you my shirt.
So I have to read it for people not on video. I asked God to make me a better man. He sent me my wife. I love that. I just love how much you love each other. Wow, look at your belly. You're already pretty far along.
Well,
that's great.
Uterus just goes, so.
That's awesome. When are you due?
Christmas time.
Christmas, a Christmas baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I had asked if you had talked to Emma about the fact that she's going to be the only girl and how she felt about that.
She was upset at first because we thought for sure we were having a little girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and of course we didn't care what we were having, but
yeah.
She's okay with it now. I told her she'll be the only princess.
She must love that.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So we were just talking about Steve and his process of working and decontaminating. You're back to work too now, right? Because phase 4 is, we're actually in phase 5 now. And I think phase 4 is when estheticians went back.
Very limited work for estheticians.
Mm-hmm.
Governor's funds.
Yeah. But you love your work, you love your clients. How has it been for you and for them?
It's been very hard not knowing when we could reopen, and it's been very difficult, but we're getting it through.
Yeah, they must be so happy to have access to you again. I know they really count on you, and you made such good relationships with your clients.
Yeah, I can't wait back to work.
Yeah,
for sure.
Awesome. Well, so has anything changed? They say that when you get married, no matter how much you act like you're married or live like you're married, once you get married, it changes. So has anything felt different for you now that you're married?
No, still, it's been chaotic since the beginning, and it's still just chaotic. Everything's the same.
Well, I'm just so glad that we were able to touch base with you and say hello now that you are married and you have your whole lives ahead of you. I'm just so happy for you guys. And I'm so excited that you're adding to your family. Do you have any advice for people who are in situations similar to yours to just make things more fun? I mean, you clearly know how to love each other fully and how to create so much acknowledgement for each other, probably privately, since you do it so much publicly. Any advice for people to have the kind of love and the kind of life that you've been able to create?
Just make everything about each other.
First and foremost, right?
Yeah, put in 110%.
Yeah, 110%. And just, that person always has to come first. Well, the kids
no matter what.
First. But
right, well, whether you like it or not, they demand that, right? So kids first, each other second, and everything else you figure out.
I think you gotta
We'll get it.
be a team. You know, that helps.
Yeah.
Being a team
Absolutely.
and helping each other out and relieving stress from each other, and like helping 100% with the house, the kids.
Yeah, being home
Everything.
with the kids has not been easy for me. So just him coming home and helping with the little things is huge for me.
Yeah, like I'll come cook and I'll do the dishes and everything I can to help her out.
Yeah.
That's a lot, because I could see like all the work you're doing out. You said you're busier than ever at work. You have all this stuff to do when you get home to decontaminate and then to go help out. Yeah. I could imagine a lot of people would use all of that as an excuse or reason not to help out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after a 14-hour workday, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
yeah. Moment sees that I'm completely done with the day. He kind of
Yeah.
We have a name for the boy, for our son.
You do? Are you willing to share?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
No, you do it.
All right. Well, so before you share the name for your new baby, tell us the first names of all your kids, and then we'll add that one as the very last and final kid.
Stevie, Ryan, Blake, Holly, Emma, Christian, and the new one is going to be Camden Macy Ackerman.
Wow, I love it. Why did you choose that name?
It's rare.
It's rare.
And we're going to spell it with a K.
And we'll spell it with a K.
All right. I love it. So anything else you guys want to share with us for our update about how things are going and what's next for you?
Winding Valley.
What's next? I think we're just going to calm it down for a little while. Have the baby.
She's made jokes that we should try for a girl.
So kidding.
Well, there's plenty of love and light in your house for sure. And I know whatever happens next for you guys, you will do your best and you will put your family and each other first. And I think when you do that, everything else is easier.
Definitely.
Yeah. I want to thank you so much for this quick update. It's been fun to have you both back on to just share how everything changed and what's been going on for you guys. Kind of like a happy ending in real life.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Trista's Plate Story Podcast. Please subscribe to Trista's Plate Story Podcast to get the story behind all those vanity plates driving with you on the road. And if you would like to nominate the owner of a license plate, including you, or visit any of our partners and sponsors, come and see us at platestory.com. That's PL8STORY.com and give us the details. If you enjoyed this episode, please drop a review and give us a share. I'm Trista Polo, wishing you well on the road to your next adventure.